Hey guys, this is AJYC Abbott, and welcome back to another movie review. This is going to be my review for Gemini Man. I got to see it early. This is the Will Smith versus Will Smith film. If you have not seen Gemini Man, which I know hasn't even come out yet, so you guys probably haven't, this review will contain spoilers. Alright, the only good about this movie is that it is shot in a way where it is very immersive. You know, you feel like when you see Will Smith punch Will Smith, you're seeing it in front of, like you're there. You know, I would recommend seeing this, even though, you know, I'll talk about how many problems it has. If you are going to see this film, I would request that you see it in IMAX because you will get the full experience and you will probably like it more. Um, I saw it in IMAX and I liked it more than I than, I thought I was. I thought this was gonna be absolutely lame, and it is absolutely lame, but the IMAX just gave it that little extra oomph to it. Um, but yeah, you look at Will Smith, the old version and then the young version. It looks very good. At least most of the time, it does. Um, sorry guys, gosh, this movie put me to sleep, really. I almost fell asleep multiple points, but let's get into the bad. There is hardly any Will Smith versus Will Smith. You get the one bike chase scene, which barely ends up being much of a fight. It's just him on the bike, kicking around Will Smith, the older one. And then you get the fight where, they actually realize that they're clones. This movie is so late into developing the plot. It is more than halfway through before the main characters realize that they're clones. And it takes them until the hour mark to actually meet, inside that cave, face to face. Because during the bike chase scene, he doesn't really see him, like, he looks at him through the scope, and then he noticed something kind of different, but it never clicks until, like, the hour mark. And then by then, we have, like, 45 minutes left. But this movie's an absolute mess. Benedict Wong is in this movie, and his character is literally used in the final act to make the villains more evil, because the villains are so weak in this movie. Like, they don't touch on them enough. They really don't. And I feel like that was just one of the weakest points of the movie. And then, they're heading down to kill the guy, because by now, old Will Smith and young Will Smith have teamed up. That's right, I predicted that. And then they're heading down there to kill him, and they blow up the car, they jump out, they make it out. Will Smith makes it out, the girl makes it out, I forget what her name is. And then young Will Smith makes it out, but Benedict Wong's character gets killed. And then, he was barely even a character. He was just thrown in there. Like, it's pointless. Junior, of course, which is the young Will Smith, and sometimes he can look just very weird. From, like, long distances or, like, sort of like wide shots, he will look weird, but, like, close-ups, he looks fantastic. And another thing, all of the action is in the trailer. It really is. Go back and watch both of the trailers, trailer 1 and trailer 2. I guarantee you that all of the action in this movie is in there. Like, it's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. And then at the end, there's a huge emotional moment. They're building it up where young Will Smith is stopped by older Will Smith for killing the bad guy. He has the gun pointed at him. He's ready to do it, but old Will Smith's like, no. don't do it. And then old Will Smith just blasts the villain and kills him. Like, what was the point in that? Like, he was just like, let him go. He was like, no, let him go. And then he holds the gun and shoots the guy, and then it's just like silent for a solid like 5 seconds. And then move on. But yeah, overall, Gemini Man, it could have been a really good movie, but I feel like it's come out like 20 or 30 years too late. It's just not interesting anymore to me, this concept. I just don't get it. I don't get how this movie bombed so bad for me. I mean, we'll see how it does when it actually gets put out into theaters. All the reviews are actually taking it in a positive light, but it's got a predictable end. Actually, they put in a third Will Smith at the end, and then they never touch on it at all. Like, they could have made more, but they don't explore that. I guess they'll make it in the sequel, which I'm sure is coming. Absolutely freaking not. After the ending, and it wraps up good. It did have a good. It's a predictable ending, but I did like the ending. Where the junior takes on this high school normal life. But yeah, that was my review of Gemini Man. Let me know what you guys think of this movie down in the comments below if you guys have seen it early. But that's all for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.